I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. It's RFG, and I'm back at it today. I took a 3-week break from my public YouTube channel, but I'm back at it. All right. And I have left the United States. I have moved outside of the United States. In the past 4 days, I have been in Peru. All right. Right now, I am in southern Peru. Like I said, I left about a little over 4 days ago. It's an amazing journey, man. It's really an amazing journey to not only be able to acquire this much information over the past 5 to 6 years, but to actually have the opportunity to take action, so you can materialize a lot of your visions. You see what I'm saying? So these are the pictures right here that I took. Right, I took these about a day and a half ago. All right, right here, I'm at a sacred site in Cusco. This is called Chinchero. All right, you guys can research this yourself. Very, very sacred land. When I got to this site, there's actually an energy wave. It's like a pulse energy wave that you feel coming out of the ground. I kid you not. And it moves through fluctuations. So like for 3 minutes straight, you'll feel it come through your feet, all the way up your legs, all right, throughout your body. And then I'll say about 7 or 8 minutes later, it'll stop. It'll stop for about half an hour. You see what I'm saying? And then it'll pick back up again. So like the energy here, all right, there's some kind of vortex here, and it's emitting this frequency of orgone energy, and you can feel it throughout your body, all right, when you walk through this particular site, right? So it's basically the best picture I could use to try to visualize or project what I'm saying, right? The energy fluctuates throughout your body in waves, and then probably after 3 minutes it'll shut off, and then for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then it'll pick back up again. All right, now I spoke to one of my tour guides that took me on this voyage here, and the tour guide said that there is a gemstone, right? She said that this energy is flowing all the way from Machu Picchu, and under Machu Picchu is probably the biggest crystal bed in the world, all right? And this crystal is known as the serpent stone. It's known as the serpent stone. The serpent stone comes in colors that range from dark green, colors that range from medium to dark green all the way to so-called black. All right, and this is probably the most powerful stone in existence. It's called the serpent stone. It's an emitter of orgone energy. All right, our ancestors built all these pyramid structures and all these mounds on top of crystal beds, right? Right, the crystal is the orgone energy, and then the pyramid helps the crystal project that energy straight up vertically. All right, so this is the gemstone right here. All right, this is the only picture I could find on the internet, but the lady I spoke to that was one of my tour guides, she said that there are certain sites that are around Machu Picchu that are protected by the government, armed forces. So you have to ask yourself if the information that I speak about and the information that the natives here know, if that's really bullshit, why is a military presence needed in areas like Machu Picchu, all right, and even areas like Chinchero? You see, why is that? You know, if they don't have anything to hide, if what the shit people like me are saying, if it's bullshit, why does the military need to get involved? But you see, I'm gonna touch back up on what I'm doing in Peru and what I have planned here. All right, but I want to let you guys know what happened during my flight from Miami to Peru. My flight went from Vegas and had a layover in Miami, and then from Miami it went straight to Peru. Now, listen to this. Listen to how crazy this is. The flight from Miami, when it passed Panama, it only took 2 hours. All right. The flight from Miami to Panama only took about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So after 2 hours and 20 minutes, all of a sudden the plane started to slow up, and the plane started to move westward in the Pacific Ocean. And at that point, I was thinking to myself, like, what's going on? Like, why did they have to change their flight direction when, you know what I'm saying? Lima is a straight shot. So why did the plane have to move westward in the Pacific Ocean and go around Ecuador? That was the thing. Like, I was thinking to myself, why did he choose to fly over water instead of land when Lima is a straight shot? Folks, you can research this yourself. Miami to Lima is a straight shot. All right, straight shot. There's no reason for the plane to make a westward turn into the Pacific Ocean and then slow up and then come right back in a half a circle to Lima. So that tells me that I believe Ecuador's government is hiding something. All right, Ecuador's government is hiding something, or there's an extra landmass that they don't want us to know about. It's one of the two. All right, so I just thought that was pretty interesting about my flight. And see, what proves this is when we were flying over Panama, it took 4 hours for us to get from Panama to Peru, but it only took 2.5 hours for us to get from Miami to Panama. You see what I'm saying? Miami to Panama is the same distance as Panama to Lima. It's pretty much the same distance. So why did the flight from Miami to Panama take 2.5 hours, and then from Panama to Lima took 4 hours? You see what I'm saying? So like I said, it's just more proof to me that there's some kind of extra landmass in South America, or Ecuador's government is hiding something that they do. I think, they don't want American planes flying over Ecuador for some reason. Very, very strange. Very strange. But like I said, Peru is a very beautiful place, very sacred place. Peru is considered the first Egypt. It was once connected to Lemuria when Lemuria was still afloat. That's why you have a lot of Asiatics, all right, or Mongoloids that live in South America, is because South America was once connected to Lemuria. All right. So once again, this energy being emitted at Chinchero, right? It's chi orgone energy that is actually coming from Machu Picchu. Now, I won't be going to Machu Picchu until Monday. All right, I'll be going there Monday. All right, and I'll see if they have certain sectors that are heavily guarded or blocked off. Right, see if I can take pictures of that. One of the tour guides also told me that, well, he told me something that I already knew. He said that the Spaniards, when the Spaniards came and invaded the lands of the Inca, he said that the Inca were dark-skinned people, were a dark copper-colored people. See what I'm saying? And this information is coming out like wildfire. Look, you got statues like this. You know what I'm saying? These were the original Inca. And he said when the Spaniards killed most of the Inca off, he said that the Roman Catholic Church made it their mission to paint over their skin and all the paintings and the carvings and make them lighter, make them much lighter. All right, and this was coming from my tour guide, who was from Peru. You see what I'm saying? You see, so the information is out. People already know. I'm also planning to link up with this individual named Edgar. Edgar has an uncle who is an Inca shaman. Edgar has an uncle who is an Inca shaman, and I want to ask his uncle some very important questions regarding spirituality and reincarnation, things like that. And I might go ahead and just try the ayahuasca ceremony as well. All right. Yeah. So people like Edgar and my tour guides, they have a lot of mongoloid DNA, and you have the mongoloid DNA that comes from Lemuria, because Lemuria was an island where certain gods were splicing their DNA with other creatures, with other beings, and that's when they created the mongoloid, right? So you had the mongoloids in Lemuria, and then you had the mongoloids in Asia, right? Very rarely do you see out and about an actual true indigenous Inca in South America. They are out here, all right? They are out here, but it's not many of them at all. And that's one thing I've noticed since I've been down here in Peru, right? So this is what I want to ask. This is what I want to ask the Inca shaman. All right, if he knows anything about moksha. Now, moksha should be the ultimate goal for humanity right now. Moksha should be the ultimate goal for humanity right now. See, the goal is to move past humanity into godhood. The goal is to move higher than animal state, move higher than human state, and move into a godly state of consciousness or state of awareness. All right? All right, so what is moksha? Moksha is what all ancient dark alchemists were able to perform after death, and they were able to free themselves from the reincarnation cycle, from the cycle of birth and death in the material realm, right? Anyone who is able to break free from the cycle of birth and death, birth, life, and death in the material realm, anyone who's able to break free from that is a god. 100%, 100,000%. Anybody who's able to tap into moksha and to perform moksha is a god, right? Now, we have a lot of people who look at nature and look at the cosmos, and they're in awe, but they don't really realize that it's nothing but the realm of the parasites. Now, why would the material realm in the universe be the realm of the parasites? Because if you are an animal, like in an animal-like body, or you have to consume other life forms to stay alive, that means you're in a parasitic you're on a parasitic vibration. You're in a parasitic existence. You see what I'm saying? We can go from planet to planet, and it's going to be the same shit. We're going to have different forms of animals that either have to eat plant life or other animal life to stay alive. See what I'm saying? We have a water cycle on Earth. We have an oxygen cycle on Earth. We have a carbon cycle on Earth. We have a nitrogen cycle on Earth. The planets orbit around the stars. The stars orbit around the galaxy. The stars go through birth and death cycles. See what I'm saying? Just like us humans. You see? There's also, the food chain cycle. So one of the greatest cycles, the most significant cycle that most people don't talk about is the cycle of orgone energy. And the cycle of orgone energy is the cycle of souls, reincarnation, the cycle of orgone energy. So our ancestors in Kemet, our ancestors in Mesoamerica, South America, they were able to rise above the material realm. You see, they were able to rise above the matrix cycle, and they were able to perform moksha. You see, only one of the steps of moksha was mummification. Mummification was only one of the steps to perform moksha. All right, like I said, I'm gonna in the future, I'm gonna be asking shamans all over the world what they know about this alchemical process. All right, because this right here should be the main goal of everyone who calls themselves so-called conscious. All right, fuck the material realm. See, we're done with the material realm. The goal is to move on. The goal is to graduate and move on. You see what I'm saying? So not only that, you know what I'm saying? I moved out of the rat race matrix, the Alice in Wonderland maze trap known as the U.S. corporation, so I can focus more on building. You know what I'm saying? Building homes, building communities. We need to start getting together and actually doing this. You see what I'm saying? Everybody listening, you know what I'm saying? If you're serious, like I said, just, hit the contact information in the description and I'll give you all the details you need. All right, because we need to start building. We need to start building our own homes, our own communities, our own farms. We need to start building our own electric cars. We need to start building our own airplanes. Yes, it is fucking possible. All right, everybody complaining about, oh, they're gonna make me take a test. They're gonna make me take a COVID test on the plane before I get on the plane. Folks, all you got to do is spit in say I'm gonna spit in a jar, or I'm gonna spit in your container, and you're gonna take my spit and you're gonna test my spit for COVID. You're not gonna stick anything up my nose. You're not gonna take any of my blood. Plain and simple. And they should allow that. They should allow that. See what I'm saying? That's what I did. All right, that's what I did, and that's all you have to do. Like I said, as far as the passport that you have to get and other documents, like I said, you could just hit me up on Instagram and I can give you the details, and we can also set up a hour-long consultation. All right, so another thing that I'm planning on building is a rocket. Right? Everything that this government is doing, the original people on the earth, the chosen people on the earth, everybody who has an active pineal gland on the earth, we can do it better. We can do it better than the parasite. We can do it much better and much more efficient than the goddamn parasite. Right? We need to start coming together and building. Right? Gods just don't talk. You see what I'm saying? They just don't talk about it. They gotta come together and take action. See what I'm saying? So that's why I decided to leave the United States. I decided to, go ahead and back up what I'm saying with my actions, and hopefully, I can have more people join me in the near future. Right? I also got these Bantu knots put in my head. Got these Bantu knots. See what I'm saying? I had to grow my antennas back out. See what I'm saying? Because right now I consider myself a truly free man. Right? And I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. And in the near future, I just hope to link up with like-minded people so we can go ahead and get this in motion. So that's all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. If you would like to see me decode a certain movie, TV series, cartoon, or video game, just hit me up on Patreon. Just subscribe to the Patreon, all right? So I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please stay safe out there. Peace and love. It's the chosen one. I'm out.